Welcome back to the Vanilla series. In the last episode we started the fun, responsible and of course moral mission of colonization. And today we're really getting started. In the last episode we built a house. In this episode we're building the foundations for a working, functional society. A kingdom. And the first step in doing that is building roads. And I have a few ideas on how to do that. They're gonna be 3 wide. So we can either do just a path like this, and that is the boring and bad and lazy way to build a road. That is what the villagers are already doing. The point of this isn't to be on the same level as the stupid villagers. The point of this is to be stronger than the villagers. That is my goal here with colonization. So this is... no. We're not doing this one. No. This is discarded. This is a bad idea. But then we have a few other options. We can make it just completely cobblestone. That kind of looks good. I feel like it looks good. And we can also make something a bit more interesting. Can make a mix. This is the hard part. We're going to mix this in a way that feels natural. I think I've done something remotely right now. This doesn't look good. This is too symmetrical. But something like this. I feel like this is way more subtle. With andesite, stone and gravel. I feel like this is good. We can also just make a completely graveled path too. I guess we have rougher roads here. Completely graveled is kind of nice. I guess we can use many of them. But the main street is what's important. But we also have tough here. Which I guess we could put in here. And we could also incorporate that into the more harder design. I feel like this doesn't look good on its own. But it can maybe be in here. Like this. Is the occasional tough. No. Well, maybe. I have another idea too. We can maybe throw in the occasional granite. Because that is something I've seen in real life. How you can repair roads with granite. That doesn't look good at all. The granite is an option. So I have this prepared here. This is where the road is going to start. We're starting by letting it go over to my house there. The hard part now is making this random. There are blocks that have to be more common. Like stone and andesite should be the most common. Gravel should be pretty common. And tough should be rare. Oh, I see here. Now that I open this up. We can make polished andesite too. That's gonna be good. We can make use of some of that. And that looks pretty good, maybe. That works. I feel like that works. Maybe. We need to look far away. Yeah, that works. That's a road. That's a road if I've ever seen one. This is gonna be good. Now we're turning the road. That's of course exciting. Turning the road towards the house. And I just remember how gravel works. I maybe shouldn't place it like that. This is actually pretty hard to... It might just be me being stupid. But it's hard to try to make this random. In a way. It's hard to make this look good. This road concept. This doesn't really work, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We can maybe make this work. I don't think we can do much of this in the long run. This is too confusing and advanced. I think for the future, we're gonna stick to just cobblestone, maybe. The road is finished from this little farm to my house. And towards the end, it was easy to build. I think it's much easier to just... Of course, it's going to be much easier to just build with cobblestone or something. I think cobblestone looks best. I think that's what I'm going to do in the future. Let's get rid of this stupid villager road. Hopefully, this is going to connect well. I might be able to incorporate it in a way. I might be able to slowly transition. But I also feel like it's better to have this sharp line, this sharp change of how to build the road. This lamppost is in the middle of the road. That's weird. These kinds of roads, this doesn't even go anywhere. This lamppost is in the middle of the air. I don't know how to do this. I guess we're just going over here for now. This is a really good upgrade for villagers. I mean, it's so steep. You can't walk on this. You need something better. Meanwhile, I'm making the same thing. You need to take this slowly. You're gonna break your legs. There we go. I think we're done down here. In short, I like this road better, of course. It looks better. But this is also, it's nice, it works, it's good. I guess. Cobblestone is good. This is just much smoother. But it's harder to build, so we're gonna be building with cobblestone. We replaced one road, and I guess we can do the rest later. But I have way too short of an attention span to focus on one thing at a time. So something I want to do here, that I talked about in the last episode, is build a sail. And that might sound weird and unnecessary, but look at this. This is weird. It doesn't look like anything. There has to be something to connect these two roofs. And that would be a sail. A sail to symbolize how I came to this land by boat is the plan. Let's hear some sheep. Grab some fences that I have prepared in this chest. And start building. A year ago or something, I was building boats in creative mode. Because I really wanted to build something else. I like boats. Boats are cool. Like these big ships. These big wooden ships. And especially the Vasa ship. Oh, that's so cool. That's top tier ship building. But I failed greatly at making sails when I was trying. So hopefully I can do it better now. I've decided that the wind goes this way, apparently, since flag is waving this way. So the sail has to be like this. If this was to make sense, I guess it has to be one block out, because it's kind of waving. It isn't sitting completely straight. It's kind of waving from the top. Trying to really make this good. I don't really know how to do this. We might be getting something here. When we remove this top part, we can attach some fences here. A little bit at random. It doesn't have to be everywhere either. We can also replace this with a stair here. Put a stair here. Does this actually work? Let's look at it in free cam. Wait! It actually looks like something. Not from the back here, but at the front, it actually looks like something. Am I just blind, or is this good? Let's remove this front part and put this inwards a bit, one step. This looks good, right? Please comment if this looks good. I think it looks good. This is of course the bad side. On the good side, it looks much better. This is something. We've built a sail here, across roofs. Can I build it out the same way on this side? Or is that weird? I feel like it's weird. If the wind doesn't work normally, I can't break the laws of physics. Sure, it's Minecraft, but I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. That would be wrong of me to do. I guess I can sleep on this and see if it looks good another day. What I want to do now is skipping from task to task. What I want to do now is build a tower. And that's something I feel like I know how to do. I've built some towers in my days. I showed a picture here, as I showed you a picture of my beautiful boat that I tried making, and it's just really way too big. I have been trying to learn how to build castles too. And I haven't built one in survival mode because I wanted it to be perfect. And I was also waiting for a survival series to make it in. And now I have a survival series. Woo! Let's build a tower here. I want to have kind of big outline. Something like this. The outline is, of course, important to get right here from the start, because I can't change it. Something we can do here is add occasional stone into the wall. And it's going to add some texture. I know how to do stuff. I've played this game before. Look at that. That looks kind of good, I think. We need an opening here. And we can make this a little further in. With walls here, maybe. With the wall block that you don't actually use to make walls. You can use this as a gate for opening in the tower. And this is eventually going to turn into a wall. And it's going to surround a castle, maybe. I have some plans. I'm building a kingdom, as the title says. This is something, maybe not much, but it's something. Let's build upwards and see if this turns into something. See if we can use this. The goal of this is to get up the mountain quickly. I maybe never said that, but the goal of this is to get up the mountain and climb the mountain in a quick and accessible way. Unlike the stupid roads built by villagers. Because this just doesn't work. You can't use this. So instead, we're gonna get up through climbing stairs in the mountain. Instead of having to do some parkour here. And I noticed this. There we go. It has to look like it's going pretty deep into the ground. That's a trick. You can't have the bottom block of pillar be dirt, of course. That's a trick to building a believable house. A believable foundation. Let's connect the wall here, and I made a good circle. I don't really know how tall I want this to be. I guess there has to be an opening here on this side, and I should make room for an opening. Now it's time to build the spiky tops of the walls. And that might not seem significant enough to talk about. But apparently there's a word. But apparently there's a word for these gaps. It's called crenellation. So that's interesting, I guess. Hopefully I build the circle in a way that we can crenellate walls. That sounds weird. That can't be the actual word. Oh wait, it is. We of course can't just crenellate here. We need to build out in a way. And I'm gonna use my old castle build as reference. The picture I showed earlier. These walls are a little bit bigger. In some sense. These walls are more round than the old ones. Because that's 4 wide, which we can clearly see with the stone blocks. 4 wide on this edge. But I'm thinking we can start by making something similar. We need stairs. I guess we're placing one here. And one here. And one here. And at the start of it. Then we need 3 blocks here. If we're just following the guide, following what I've done earlier. This was a while ago that I built this. This was almost 2 years ago that I built this first castle. The difficulty is, of course, that the circle isn't the same. This one's 1 step wider in a way. I've kind of completely forgot the stairs now. On the other build, there wasn't a situation like this. There's just 1 block in between. I guess I don't really know what to do here. I used stone walls in place of these blocks. I guess it maybe works to do something like this. I don't know. I don't think it works. Maybe trying to imagine all of it. It's hard. I guess we're filling out this side. I think it works. We need to look at this from the bottom. Yeah, it works. It's something. It might have to be taller. It might have to be 1 block taller. It might be that originally. No, it's half a block taller. I was thinking here that we add these slabs like this. But that isn't what I did on the original. I had it the other way around. I had the full blocks here. And the slabs here. At the lower ones. And this doesn't work now. I think it should be as high as it is here. Because if I make it higher, it's just gonna look weird. That it's just stairs. But there isn't a half block, or a slab is what it's called. There isn't slabs, and that there isn't more slight of a variation. I think we should build the crenellation like this. Or, sorry, crenellate like this. A bit lower. The problem here is that I have messed up. Anyway, so when we're building this crown, I guess it is a crown, it isn't really symmetrical with the crenellation. I really just like that word. It's a weird word. I can't believe that's the real thing. Hopefully this is gonna work. Let's attach here. We have the top one in the middle here and here, and the bottom one in the middle here and here. I guess that makes sense. It's not symmetrical, that looks weird. I don't know if I like that, but I think it's too late to change that now. It isn't that big of an issue that I want to tear half of the tower down to fix it. I think we should just keep it that way. I think this works. I'm gonna fill in this bottom part of the crown thingy here. And we have the crenellation done. And now that the crenellation is done, we can build the stairs up here. Something I haven't started doing already, but thought it was a good idea to make it in creative mode. I installed a mod called Lightmatica. I don't remember really how to... Oh yeah, I remember now. We need a stick. I should have prepared, but I didn't. Let's grab a stick. And hopefully this is gonna work. I might need to have heats on. Of course, I accidentally pressed the game mode. I wasn't supposed to do that. This isn't working. Is it M? No, is it Control M? I think it was Control M to toggle it on and off. Did I install Lightmatica? Or am I just being stupid here? It is installed, apparently. Well, be right back. Now we actually have Lightmatica installed. So now I have a thing when I'm holding the stick. How do I switch this? Do I shift scroll? No. Alt scroll? Nothing's happening when I'm scrolling with Alt. Control is correct. Here we have area selection. So if I press here, that's something's happening. Okay, so here and here, right and left. I want to grab this whole tower. This is a really cool tool that kind of want to get used to using. I have used it before, but not on YouTube. Here we have the red one that needs to be one more out. There. Now let's get the blue one that needs to be a bit lower. I should have started on the other side. Can I move it myself? Yeah, Alt's moving it. Okay, so that's what I used Alt for. I can't remember now. Alt and scrolling is moving it. So let's put the blue one down here with right click and move it over here. Let's cover the whole tower. We can also go into free cam mode to make this much easier. And it's going down. We don't need it all the way down. Here it's good. Now we've covered the whole tower. How do I save this now? I've completely forgotten how this works. I haven't used this in 2 years or something. There should be some Lightmatica menu. Is it M? Okay, it is M. Area editor, area selection, area editor. Save schematic. Should be something. Hopefully it's gonna work. That would make things a lot easier for me than anything. Let's switch now. Let's do schematic placement. This isn't too straightforward. Oh, here, set preview. What? No, that's a picture for it. Schematic placements. Loaded schematic. Load schematics. Tower 1, load schematic. There we go. Why do I have some stupid thing here? Why do I have this preview square? I don't want that. Here we have a tower at least. Right click the set preview button. Wow. Why is that how you... Couldn't you have made it more straightforward? More easy to use. Anyway, here we have a tower. We should be able to place this in a creative world and work on it there. But that's easier said than done. You saw the struggle I had with loading the schematic. I like this mod, but it doesn't really want to work as I want to do. Place. I have paste schematic into Word selected, but it's not placing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This isn't straightforward in any way. Imagine that, but covering 12 minutes. And there you have a process of pasting a schematic into a creative world. According to Google, I press K. Wow. Solved everything. Okay, that worked now. I pressed backslash or whatever it was called. It worked now. Finally worked after a long time. I still don't like this. It's a good mod in the way that it works. When it works, it's really good. But it really just doesn't do what I want. Like, for example, how do I delete this thing? I want to delete this selection. Why? It's so confusing. Okay, I put the selection mode to normal and now it's gone. Nice. I've started making a stair here. And this obviously doesn't work. The trick to building stairs is one simple thing. I've learned this from Orton Green. I think I did this in the live series. You're trying to find the middle here, which is clearly here. And make a smaller circle, wherever that would be. So I want the stairs to be at least 2 wide. So you make a circle like this. And this isn't a circle, but can get rid of the corners. And now it's kind of a circle. Not really. I don't know what I'm doing. Now it's a circle. Kinda. As much of a circle you can get with this smaller circle. Now that we have this, we should get it down. However you do that with World Edit. I think it's too late to learn World Edit now. So let's just drag it down the normal way. Kinda. We can do this. And that's as far as my World Edit skills goes. This took way too long and would have maybe been faster if I just placed the blocks manually. But I at least placed it. Even though it took 1,000 years. There we go. We have what's supposed to resemble a circle. I now realize how big the tower is. We're starting here at the bottom. And we're traveling upwards to here. And this whole thing, half of the size of the tower is above what we're traversing. So that's kind of funny. Let's get spruce slabs and stairs and try to make something nice. So we're starting here. We need to follow this stupid thing that I didn't bring far enough down. And now I'm actually just gonna place this manually. World Edit took way too long. Let's start down here at the bottom and just follow the wall and it should work out for us. The problem here is stairs. It's gonna be tricky to incorporate the stairs. I think it needs to be a bit quicker. It's kind of too slow. The correct speed is maybe 1.5 block per level. Per half block. Like this. You have slab and stair. And stair after a slab. Well, sorry, other way around. Slab after a stair. And I'm now realizing that I'm not making it too quickly now either. But it is at least more consistent. And that's all we need really. We can maybe start with what I just broke down. Here with slab and stair. And now we can speed things up. Now we can put a slab here and then go over to slab again. And now another slab. And another slab. And here comes the tricky part of turning. I guess can add that there. Turns need to be in a natural way at a good rate, and when you turn at a good rate. So I guess we can add a lower block here to make you run from side more. Make it feel like it's going slower, even though it's not. This is working. I'm happy I'm doing this in creative and not survival. I feel like it's much easier this way. Now we're up on ground level. So I guess we can slow it down a bit here. It doesn't have to be that fast here. Can add some stairs again. We can maybe raise this one more time. Just because. There we go. We're up. Now it's the moment of truth. Let's get World Edit tool, otherwise known as the wooden axe, and do / replace dirt air. And we can look at how this looks. How it actually looks. We have a spiral staircase here. And I feel like it isn't too bad. Looks a bit goofy at times. Like here. You can remove that part. That part. But other than that, I feel like it works. Definitely works. But this is a staircase. We officially have a spiral staircase. Then we can make some kind of thing in the middle here. And not just let this be empty. We also need some stability. I just realized. We need this. Maybe. The staircase needs to be held up by something. We can have another pillar on the other side. And we have something. We have a staircase. Now we just have an annoying part left of making this a schematic and building this in the real world. Otherwise known as the survival world. I think this is good. This is gonna work. For some reason, this video took a really long time to make. It just shouldn't take a month to make a video. I hope I can get back in shape soon. Because I want to make videos. I've never been that quick, but I should be able to go back to a weekly schedule. Or at least something like that. I should be able to do weekly. These stairs were really easy to build, so we have time to read 2 Bible verses. Ephesians 2, 8 and 9. For by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. Not a result of works, so that no one may boast. And because of that grace, you can know that Jesus loves you. Thank you for watching.